Charles, would you own slaves if you lived in the Roman Empire? No, statistically speaking, I probably would have been a slave. Is ADA ISO 222 compliant? We're working on it. What should I tell my friend who thinks Algorand is way better than Cardano? Well, Travis, ask him why and let me know. I really doubt Russia didn't think the United States would get involved in the Ukrainian invasion. Oh, they knew that they would get involved, and the assumption they would have is that the Ukrainian government would actually be ruling in absentia. They'd actually be in Switzerland. This is actually why the CIA tried to evacuate Zelensky very early in the conflict. The conventional assumption was that the Ukrainian military would be ineffective and that the Zelensky's government would fall quickly and that the Russians would take large amounts of territory. But then the United States government would basically supply through rat lines a resistance movement similar to what they did in the 1980s with the Mujahideen in Afghanistan, where the Afghan government collapsed quickly, but the occupying Russian force would be gradually degraded over time. They didn't anticipate that the Ukrainian army would fight as hard as they did and that the Russian army would be as ineffective as it was. And they didn't anticipate that the central Ukrainian government would actually stay and lead and actually inspire people and build things. Remember, he didn't have a huge approval rating before the invasion and never been a general or any of these things. He was a television actor. So it was a big surprise, I think, on both sides. And from Putin's perspective, he was thinking that he could take the government very quickly, install a Vichy government, and then withdraw into the border around the Black Sea, and then basically go all the way up to Moldova and take Transnistria. So control the complete port, landlock Vichy Ukraine, declare peace with Vichy Ukraine, and then just basically have control over all the Russian-speaking populations, basically securing his legacy and future and effectively controlling Ukraine without having to control the bulk of the population and making sure to landlock them so that they stay subservient. It failed. They fucked up bad, and it didn't work. But it was rational from the perspective of the information he got. The FSB told him that everybody's cocaine addicts and they're all incompetent, and the old Ukrainian generals long for the Soviet Union again. They told him what he wanted to hear, not the truth. And that's what happens to leaders who live in echo chambers and they kill anybody who disagrees with them. You only hear good things and you don't hear the truth.